Hey, you little cuties, Demi Bobemi here, and welcome back to another speed build. This speed build is a little bit different because it is a challenge build. I personally was not tagged or challenged to do this. This is the 10K challenge building, whatever the heck. And basically what it is we have $10,000 to build a house, or simoleons rather. I was inspired to do this from Simproved's channel. If you know Fry, she is such a great builder. I love her. And I was watching her build and I was like, I have to do this. So here we are doing it. In this, I wanted to make it a little bit quirkier. And I really love those doors that we got with Movie Hangout, but unfortunately that's not really, I don't know. I couldn't find any windows that were like cheap enough that would match. So I have seen a couple of these like builds, of these challenge builds, and I noticed that everyone's just like, it's like a one sim house for the most part. And I thought, how fun would it be to, because you know me, I love to fit a bunch of sims into like a small cheap space. I was like, what if we have like a new family? Or like new parents. So I have this married couple here with their toddler daughter. So I thought that would be a nice added little challenge. And then the upstairs, I was trying to figure out the layout, like how this was going to work. Because there is a point when I realized there is no bathroom. And for some reason, like sometimes I do this in builds, I just like forget to do a bathroom. So I don't know what's wrong with my brain. As you can see, this is a barn. And I thought it'd be kind of fun just to do like a refurbished, or like, is that what you call like a refurbished barn? Like a repurposed barn? I don't know, like somebody's barn they just turned into a home. So I just go with like the standard white and red, which I feel like just made so much more sense than me trying to like do some like crazy whatever. And then I try to do this whole white trim thing, and that's like weird, and I take that out, and then I'm like, I don't know. I change a lot of stuff just because there's only 10,000 simoleons. It's rough. And then like windows are super expensive. Like what in the heck? Yeah, so this whole space down here is all like open floor plan. We have a kitchen fully functioning, and then we have a dining area and a living area. This is where I was gonna put the bathroom, and I was like, oh, I'll build it under the stairs. But then like I wasn't feeling it, you know, just wasn't doing it for me, so I just trashed that idea. And you can kind of see like I paused there because I'm like, something's wrong. So yeah, so this was like, that was the point when I had realized when I tried to build it under the stairs that I was like, oh shoot, there's no bathroom. And then I wanted to make this also relatively like spacious, because there are 3 Sims living here. So I tried to make the bathroom as like large as possible, and the bedrooms as, oh my god, excuse me, and the bedrooms as large as possible. So that larger room there does stay the larger room, and it is the parents' room, and then the small room is the toddler's room. It is big enough, just barely, that you could put in like a child's bed. So if you do download this house into your game, there's enough room to put like a single bed in there. So even though it's a really, really small room, it's just barely enough room. And then the parents' room, if you did not know, they can actually, if you use a double bed up against a wall, someone, like, you can have 2 Sims sleep in that bed, is what I'm trying to say. Like, one Sim will just scooch across to the other side and then sleep there. So, just fun fact if you didn't know that. So, here is the kitchen. And I'm just like literally using like the cheapest stuff for the most part because I just wanted to be able to have like a fully functioning home. And maybe like the people that are living here, like my thought was they don't have great jobs. They just don't make a whole lot of money, and so they can't afford a nice place. So they have to like rent or buy this like refurbished barn house, I guess. And there, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like looking at things like, I'm sorry, that was like so sporadic. Like the camera was out of control. And then terrain paint, so great because it's free. And then like, why is that trash bin cheaper than like a plastic one? Like that's what I want to know. Like I feel like that big plastic one should be like cheap. Like it shouldn't be like 300 simoleons or whatever it is. I don't know. That's just my whole thing. And then what am I doing here? Because I know it looks like really like bland and boring. So then I go through and I add in lights. The lights are really cheap, but what can you do? And then I add in some rugs, which I feel like really help. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Which really help make it a little more homey. And then I put in all of these like wall sconces. Also, why are those not super cheap? Like they just look cheap to me. I don't know. Anyway, so I put in like a bunch of like wall sconces, and then I took a few out to, ooh, oh my gosh. I am like super like talking with my hands today. So I took out some of the wall sconces to save some money because I noticed that we were running out of money. And then I thought it'd be fun to use that like paint drop cloth as like a rug. Like maybe they just like found it in like a trash bin or something. I don't know. Like I just think it's fun to use, like even though that is meant to be like a rug, like I feel like that's something you would have like under like a painting easel rather than like in your living room as a rug. So I just think like doing little fun things like that kind of spices it up. And then, since we don't have a lot of furniture, I was changing a lot of the different swatches to add in more colors so it looked a little more inviting and not so, like, sad. And then in the bathroom here, I wasn't really sure what to do with it. Like, I felt like there wasn't really a lot, like, to do with it. I don't know. Oh, and then I add in a tree because that's really all I had enough for. And then I realized I did not fix that terrain paint under the bin in the post box. Anyway, we are about in the screenshots, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed this build. I thought it was actually really fun and challenging. Anyway, if you guys have any tips, tricks, suggestions, or comments, as always, please leave them in the comment section below. I love, love, love to hear from you guys, and I'll see you little cuties in the next one. Bye!